Welcome to Reread. I have two short stories to go over with you today. The first one is the pop-up book called Battle of the Bounty Hunters. I believe I first bought this when it was a comic book pop-up book. It came to our store. I was working at a comic book store at the time, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is EU. This is stuff that's outside of the movie and the novels. And I remember I think that's the same copy I bought at the comic book store. I believe it is. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's how I got it. Anyway, basically, Boba Fett is evading IG-88. This is where he kills both, I don't know, I think it's A or B or C or whatever it was in Kevin G. Anderson's book. And then he takes him to Jabba, and Jabba says, hey, I need you to stay with me just in case someone comes after him. You know, and so it explains why Boba Fett's kind of hanging out in Jabba's palace too. It is very short read. Do you need this? No, not really. Now, my little girls and my little boy, when we read this, they love the pop-ups. Who doesn't? Who didn't love a pop-up book back in the day? So for that reason, it's really cool. But if this thing's expensive online, seriously, don't worry about getting it. If you're a completist, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Very short story, but fun, entertaining. The next one I want to talk about is from the Star Wars Galaxy Magazine, issue 11. It's called The Emperor's Trophy. This is a very short story here where Darth Vader recounts the events to the Emperor that happened after Empire Strikes Back and presents him with Luke's hand and lightsaber. Where did he get that? I'm trying to think if there's a contradiction here from Timothy Zahn's original Thrawn trilogy. There could be. Again, I haven't read it yet to remember exactly how they had Luke's hand, but I totally forgot about this. But I'm thinking, wait a minute. Looking back on it, because I had to look at the scene on YouTube, he cuts off Luke's hand and it goes flying. That and the lightsaber goes flying down the tube. It's almost like the Emperor should have said, well, if you got this, if you retrieved this, where's the rest of them? Because they all fell down that tube, Darth. You know, I don't know. What? And how do you find a hand and a light? I mean, maybe the lightsaber's still glowing, but is the hand still, maybe it has a death grip on it and the hand's still attached. I don't know. But it's kind of weird that that's how Darth Vader, that's all he was able to bring back to the Emperor. And it's like, okay, that's wild. I mean, we're never told what happened to Luke Skywalker's blue lightsaber. At least I can't remember. So I guess the Emperor had it the whole time. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But then he tells Darth Vader he has a new mission for him. We need to keep an eye out on this. I believe either it's hinting toward or it mentions Prince Xizor at the end. So basically trying to tie into Shadows of the Empire, which I'm sure was out this time. But that he had the hand and the lightsaber to give to the Emperor, you know? It's like, ugh, it's kind of you couldn't think of a box of chocolates, Vader? I mean, that'd have been better. I don't know. But so Darth Vader kind of crawled down in the aqueducts, or maybe had his stormtroopers do it to find a hand with a lightsaber. It's possible, I guess, right? So I'd totally forgotten about this story. It's really not that good. It's like 2 pages long. So obviously something someone thought was cool, you know, to present the severed hand and lightsaber of Luke Skywalker. And this came out after Timothy Zahn's trilogy, so maybe it does connect in some weird way I'm just not aware of yet. That's what I love about reading these in chronological order now. I just don't recall the small details like this. But I will next time with another video.